Today I am explain about the operation of basic radar. Radar stands for radio detection and ranging. It is an electromagnetic system used for the detection of location, range, direction, and velocity of the distance targets. The basic radar system consists of the transmitter, duplexer, antenna, receiver, and display. Display is also known as the indicator. So now the transmitter, the basic radar structure as shown in above PPT. Now transmitter, it generates high power signals at a microwave frequency range. The generated high power signals are radiated into space by using an antenna through duplexer. Radar transmitter produces an EM signal to send it towards the target for detection. Now, duplexer. It is a switch which connects the transmitter or receiver to the antenna alternately. Antenna. The electromagnetic signal generated by transmitter is radiated into space by using an antenna. These EM waves go towards the target and reflected back towards the radar antenna. These reflected signals are called echo signals. Same antenna can be used for transmitting and receiving purpose. Receiver. The reflected signals collected by the radar antenna are delivered to the receiver through duplexer. In the receiver, the received signals are amplified and processed to detect the presence of the target and determine its location. Display. It is used to present the received information. Example for display, radar displays are A scope, B scope, plan position indicator, etc. Here, a radar is a detection system that uses radio waves to determine the range, angle, or velocity of objects. It can be used to detect aircraft, ships, spacecraft, guided missiles, motor vehicles, weather formation, and terrain. A radar system consists of a transmitter producing electromagnetic waves in the radio or microwave domain, a transmitting antenna A receiving antenna and a receiver and processors to determine properties of the objects, radio waves from the transmitter reflect off the object and return to the receiver, giving information about the object's location and speed. In the above figure, the first one, long range radio antenna used to track space objects and ballistic missiles. And the second one, radar of the types used for detection of aircraft. It rotates steadily, sweeping the airspace with a narrow beam. Next, radar signals. A radar system has a transmitter that emits radio waves known as radar signals in predetermined directions. When these signals contact an object, they are usually reflected or scattered in many directions. Although some of them will be absorbed and penetrate into the target, radar signals are reflected especially well by materials of considerable electrical conductivity, such as most metals, seawater, and wet ground. This makes the use of radar altimeters possible in certain cases. The radar signals that are reflected back towards the radar receiver are the desirable ones that make radar direction work. If the object is moving either towards or away from the transmitter, there will be a slight change in the frequency of the radio waves due to the Doppler effect. Radar receivers are usually but not always in the same location as the transmitter. The reflected radar signals captured by the receiving antenna are usually very weak. They can be strengthened by electronic amplifiers. More sophisticated methods of signal processing are also used in order to recover useful radar signals. The weak absorption of radio waves by the medium through which they pass is what enables radar sets to detect objects at relatively long ranges at which other electromagnetic wavelengths such as visible light, infrared light, and ultraviolet light are too strongly attenuated. Weather phenomena such as fog, clouds, rain, falling snow, and sleet that block visible light are usually transparent to radio waves. Certain radio frequencies that are observed are scattered by water vapor, raindrops, or atmospheric gases are avoided when designing radars except when their detection is intended. Radar range equation. The radar range is used for determining the maximum range at which any target can detect. Understanding the factors affecting the radar performance, design of a radar system. Consider the power density from isotropic antenna. Power density of an isotropic antenna is given by PR is equal to PTGTAR sigma f over 4 by 4 pi square RT square R square, where PT is equal to transmitter power, GT is equal to gain of the transmitting antenna, AR is equal to effective aperture of the receiving antenna. This can also be expressed as capital GR lambda square by 4 pi, where lambda is equal to transmitted wavelength, GR is equal to gain of receiving antenna, sigma radar cross section or scattering coefficient of that target, F is equal to pattern propagation factor, RT is equal to distance from the transmitter to the target, RR is equal to distance from the target to the receiver. In the common case where the transmitter and the receiver are at the same location, RT is equal to RR and the term RT square RR square can be replaced by R power 4, where R is the range. This PR is equal to PTGTAR sigma f power 4 by 4 pi square R power 4. This shows that the received power declines as the fourth power of the range, which means that the received power from distance targets is relatively very small. Additional filtering and pulse integration modifies the radar equation slightly for pulse Doppler radar performance, which can be used to increase detection range and reduce transmit power. The equation above with f is equal to 1 is an simplification for transmission in a vacuum without interference. The propagation factor accounts for the effects of multipath and shadowing and depends on the details of the environment. In a real world situation, pathless effects should also be considered. Change of wavelengths caused by motion of the source. Doppler effect. Frequency shift is caused by motion that changes the number of wavelengths between the reflector and the radar. This can degrade or enhance radar performance depending upon how it affects the detection process. As an example, moving target indication MTI, moving target indication, can interact with Doppler to produce a signal cancellation at certain radial velocities, which degrades performance. See based radar systems, semi-active radar, homing, active radar homing, weather radar, military aircraft, and radar astronomy rely on the Doppler effect to enhance performance. This produces information about the target velocity during the detection process. This also allows small objects to be detected in an environment containing a much larger nearby slow moving objects. Doppler shift depends upon whether the radar configuration is active or passive. Active radar transmits a signal that is reflected back to the receiver. Passive radar depends upon the object sending a signal to the receiver. The Doppler frequency shift for active radar is as follows, where Hep-D is Doppler frequency, Hep-T is transmit frequency, VR is radial velocity, and C is the speed of light. Capital Hep D is equal to 2 into capital Hep T into V R by C. Passive radar is applicable to electronic countermeasures and radio astronomy as follows. Hep D is equal to Hep T into VR by C. Only the radial component of the velocity is relevant when the reflector is moving at a right angle to the radar beam. It has no relative velocity. Vehicles and weather moving parallel to the radar beam produce the maximum Doppler frequency shift. When the transmit frequency is pulsed using a pulse repeat frequency of FR, the resulting frequency spectrum will contain harmonic frequencies above and below Ft with a distance of FR. As a result, the Doppler measurement is only non-ambiguous if the Doppler frequency shift is less than half of FR, called the Nyquist frequency. Since the return frequency otherwise cannot be distinguished from shifting of a harmonic frequency above or below, thus requiring Fd is less than Fr by 2. When substituting with Fd, we are less than Fr into C by Ft by 4. As an example, a Doppler weather radar with a pulse rate of 2 kHz and a transmit frequency of 1 GHz can reliably measure weather speed up to at most 150 milli per second, thus cannot reliably determine radial velocity of aircraft moving 1000 milli per second. Radar types. There are primary and secondary types. In primary types, CW radar, continuous wave radar, and that continuous wave radar contains a modulated and unmodulated. And here secondaries are pulse radar, MTI radar. MTI means moving target indicator, and Doppler radar. Now we discuss pulse radar block diagram. In above PPT shows the block diagram of the pulse radar. It contains the different parts: triggered source, modulator, output tube, ATR switch and TR switch, video amplifier, indicator, antenna, detector, IF amplifier, mixture, local oscillator. Now explain about the trigger source. It provides pulses for the modulator. It is also called as a synchronizer. Pulse modulator. This is used to switch up and switch on to the switch up and switch on, and to produce high frequency rectangular pulses. It provides a rectangular pulse which act as the supply voltage to the output tube. High frequency generator produces high frequency pulses are transmitted at regular intervals. Next, output tube. It can be magnetron or reflex klystron or TWT as per requirement. If an amplifier is used, a source of microwave is also required. Antenna. The output of the high frequency oscillator is pulse modulated sine wave carrier. Then it travels through duplexer to the antenna signal. Antenna usually parabolic reflector antenna is used for both transmission and reception. Duplexer. It consists of two gas discharge tubes or fast RF switches, namely anti-transmit receiver tube and transmit receiver tube. Low noise RF amplifier. It is the first stage of the receiver. It amplifies the received signal to desired level. This is done by TWT amplifier or parametric amplifier. Mixture and local oscillator. This converts RF signal output from a RF amplifier to low frequency levels called intermediate frequency. Thus, in a mixture stage, the carrier frequency is reduced. IF amplifier, it consists of cascade of turned amplifiers and provides high gain. Intermediate frequency range is 30 megahertz or 60 megahertz. Next, detector. It determines the signals coming from the IF amplifier and its output is given to the video amplifier. Generally, Schottky barrier diode is used for demodulating received echo signals. Video amplifier. The output of the detector is amplified by video amplifier to specified level. Display. The output of the video amplifier is given to the display unit. It provides visual information. It can be CRT. The synchronizing pulses by the trigger source are given to the display. Advantages of the pulse radar system. It is simple in design and operation. No need for accurate synchronization. Range can be increased by increasing transmitted power or by increasing diameter of parabolic reflector of antenna. Disadvantage of the pulse radar system. It cannot measure the velocity of a moving target but only can measure range. Clutters can cause several problems. Moving target cannot be detected. Let the function of each block of pulse radar. Pulse modulator. It produces a pulse modulated signal and it is applied to the transmitter. It transmits the pulse modulated signal, which is a train of repetitive pulses. Duplexer. It is a microwave switch which connects the antenna to both transmitter section as well as the receiver section alternately. Antenna transmits the pulse modulated signal when the duplexer connects the antenna to the transmitter. Similarly, the signal which is received by antenna will be given a low noise RF amplifier when the duplexer connects the antenna to low noise RF amplifier. Next, low noise RF amplifier. Low noise RF amplifier. It amplifies the weak RF signal which is received by antenna. The output of this amplifier is connected to mixer, local oscillator. It produces a signal having a stable frequency. The output of local oscillator is connected to mixer. Mixture. We know that mixture can produce both sum and difference of the frequencies that are applied to it, among which the difference of the frequencies will be of intermediate frequency. IF amplifier. IF amplifier amplifies the intermediate frequency signal. The IF amplifier shown in the figure allows only the intermediate frequency which is obtained from a mixture and amplifies it. It improves the signal to noise ratio at output. IF amplifier. IF amplifier amplifies the intermediate frequency signal. The IF amplifier shown in the figure allows only the intermediate frequency which is obtained from a mixture and amplifies it. It improves the signal to noise ratio at output. Detector. It demodulates the signal which is obtained at the output of the IF amplifier. Detector, it demodulates the signal which is obtained at the output of the IF amplifier. Video amplifier, as the name suggests, it amplifies the video signal which is obtained at the output of a detector. As the name suggests, it amplifies the video signal which is obtained at the output of a detector. Next, display. In general, it displays the amplified video signal on CRT screen. So these are the different blocks and their functions of the pulse radar system. Then now advantages of the pulse radar system. It is simple in design and operation. And the second advantage, no need for accurate synchronization. Range can be increased by increasing transmitted power or by increasing diameter of parabolic reflector of antenna. Next, disadvantages of the pulse radar system. It cannot measure the velocity of a moving target, but only can measure range. Second disadvantage, clutters. Clutters can cause several problems. And the third disadvantage is moving target cannot be detected. So these are the disadvantages of the pulse radar. And today we discuss basic principle of a radar system and their function. Next, radar signals, radar range equation, Doppler effect, and types of radars. Among that types of radar, today we are discussed the pulse radar system. Thank you.